All right. I think we're live.
Oh my god! Oh, now I'm getting super nervous and anxious.
We're live to an audience of, oh god, it says thousands.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh no, sorry. That's thousandths. It's 0.000.
No, I get a lot of real behind the scenes information here. Turns out both popes have logged in for us. So
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
The shadow. Are you talking about the shadow pope,
I'm talking about the dark pope.
the dark pope, and the light pope? Wow.
They've paused
like
their
Shadow
battle
Pope.
for the fate of the world just so they could log in and see our
Sure.
Monster Vegas adventures. Hello, everybody. I'm Lara, and I'm going to be the GM for today's episode of. We need like a title for our particular quest. It's Abyssal. It's Abyssal.
Yeah.
I hope you're.
We'll have to think of one.
What are we typing? Books and Co. Okay.
no one wants that one.
Oh. So why don't we all take half a second to introduce ourselves, and we'll talk about what happened last week in The Lost First Adventure, and then we'll have some fun, probably. Hopefully. God, who knows. So, John, who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm John. Oh, I'm Lucky the Lemon Lominuzzi is who I am. I'm a haunted, scheming, low-life type that has a ghost companion called Bobby Blue Eyes Romano. And he hangs out, and he's my buddy, and he opens doors and stuff for me. It's great. Until he takes over my body, which is a constant struggle every single day to keep him from doing so. He really wants these meats.
It's a real metaphor for the human condition. Probably.
Exactly.
Hey, Tom, who are you?
I'm Tom. I'll be playing Paul Mall this evening. I am a 25-year-old cigarette-addicted blackjack dealer at the Regal Royale. And I was born there, literally born there. I've lived there all my life. And I want nothing more than to escape Vegas.
Cool. And you aren't infected by some sort of mysterious miasmic entity that flows throughout Vegas with an ill will of its own?
I have spent so much time in the smoke of Vegas casinos that it has sort of infused itself with me. I am not necessarily aware of it as an entity, but we are one in a way.
Okay. We've all been there.
He's my smoke buddy. In
Yes.
game and in real life.
And Adam, who are you?
I am Hubert Books Mortowski,
That name makes me laugh every time.
who is a
Works.
information broker / special accountant for mafia crime situation people.
You know, a special accountant
Special account.
for the special accounts.
Yeah.
And are you magical in any fun way?
Yeah, not that Books is not quite aware of his magical nature, but he can access what is known as the weird with a Y, which is some kind of cosmic knowledge thing. Not quite sure. Neither is Books, so it works.
It's
Although
you'll
Books,
figure
Books,
it out.
Books has had the first taste of his power in the previous episode.
Yeah, we all have.
Yeah, I should probably mention this to our audience of, looks like one person is actually watching us, which is kind of interesting. I super suspect that it is co-designer of Abyssal, Ash. That's
Hey,
my
Ash.
Hello, Ash.
99% certainty that they're out there. Hi, if so.
Loving the game.
Hmm?
Loving the game. Just talking to Ash.
Well, you know what? Thank you from me, too.
Ash. Game.
Ash only.
They did all the good bits. You know what? I did all the layout. That counts for a lot.
It's a lot.
if all is going according to plan, we're actually recording this session. Last week we did live play the first adventure of Lucky and Paul and Hubert as they sort of went to the public records office in City Hall.
Went on a madcap adventure.
Zany.
Had a grand old time.
Mm-hmm.
Let me back up just for just in case someone is legit watching this for the first time with no understanding of what is going on. Abyssal is a game about humans, monsters, and the folks who dwell in the space in between. The general storyline is this: throughout human history, there have always been monsters dwelling in our shadows. And these monsters, you know, they're people too, with lives and plans and factions of their own. And this is a game in which we focus on folks who are not quite the monsters, we call them Abyssals, who are not quite human anymore either. They exist in the liminal space in between. Like Lucky is not a ghost, but he's accompanied by a ghost and he can see ghosts. Hubert has some vague visions of the future, but is not full Oracle, disconnected from the present. And Paul is infected by a horrible smoke that has a sentience and malevolent plan for what will happen to Vegas. He just doesn't know
with
it.
the word infected.
Infused?
Embraced, I think, is what we seek.
Embraced by the miasma. I actually really like that.
Oh.
So yeah, these are 3 of the 9 different kind of character classes you can be, for want of a better way to put it. Oh god, everyone's disappearing on me. Whatever, we'll work it out. 3 of the different kinds of characters that you can be, and you can, at present, pick one of 3 different setting playbooks, and this is going to take place, if the sheer volume of Mobsters has not given it away, in Las Vegas in the 70s. Vegas, 1971. Oh boy, this is going to play merry heck with my, no! My overlay! It's ruined!
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Did we all switch spots?
No, only Adam, who is now in front of me, and I can't actually move his face until he loads in.
Lovely.
Hello, welcome to this just warts and all playtest. Because indeed this is a playtest.
I don't see Adam. Do you see Adam?
I don't see Adam.
Okay, just making sure.
I can kind of see me around the edge of Adam.
Ooh,
Hi
this
there.
is riveting. He's typing.
Oh, beans.
I can't repeat what was written, but
Now what was written is visible, so everyone gets.
oh,
There's everyone to
yeah, I
see.
still can't say it. There are children on the stream. In fact, this is being recorded for the Everett kindergarten, pre-K actually, program.
No,
Did that-
absolutely.
Activity.
So we're having technical difficulties, as you
There we
can
go.
see. Hey,
He's back.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know,
Yes.
but I can fix my overlay. There we go. Beautiful.
All right, we're back in business.
We're back in business. I better go quick before one of you explodes again or whatever. So yeah, this is Abyssal. I'll talk more about how it works as we're playing. But in general, it's a Forged in the Dark game. It's super fun. It comes highly recommended, and we're gonna make it super good with playtests. Hooray!
Yay.
As a quick
Yay.
recap of what happened last week, which was kind of the first time these 3 went on a mission together, they've gathered together because, as it happens, they all have dreams, if you will. and they have all found that they can rather aid one another in following these dreams. Specifically, it seems like just about everyone has some issue with a Carlo Carlucci,
Ooh.
who runs the Regal Royale Casino, and is a real crumb bum, as I gather. Why is it that you hate this Carlo Carlucci, everybody?
He stole my wife.
That one's pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah.
He also contributed to the conditions that took my poor mother's life prematurely.
Whew. Man.
She was a cocktail waitress at the Regal Royale.
That's real. That's real. What about you, Hugh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. I don't know where he came from or why he's in business. He doesn't seem to have connections to traditional. He didn't come up as part of another crew and then set on his own. He just appeared one day. So maybe I'm just confused and frustrated by that.
Right, got it. You don't hate this Carlucci directly. You just want to know how he came to power.
I don't have a personal, thing against him.
Okay, I apologize for suggesting your vendetta was personal.
Oh, don't worry. This if I know Carlo, and I do, Books will have a beef with him soon enough.
Oh, I'm sure.
Excellent. So last week, in an effort to learn more about this Carlo for your own various purposes, you went to City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gone on a cool stealth adventure through like a closed down casino. No, you decided, step one, let's go to City Hall and do research on Carlo Carlucci.
You look up his records.
Yeah, some go low, we go high. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, things did not go entirely according to plan, as while Books, I guess everything could have gone according to the Enlightened's plan. While Books was looking through, or rather, having not found very much or really anything at all, Books was looking through some blueprints that included a blueprint of the Regal Royale Casino, and as his finger brushed across this blueprint, it lit up, going instantly in flames and setting off an alarm, attracting the attentions of the police, etc., etc.
Not just the police.
Not just the police, yes, because as you attempted to leave this... Well, first you put out the fire. Good job, well played, civic duty. But then as you were attempting to leave this building, you found that several doors had been closed and locked unexpectedly, as if you were being shuttled through a particular position. You attempted to find an alternate way out, and then eventually you were able to, after, let's see, first Paul got separated from the group by a mysteriously closing door, and was rescued with the aid of Lucky and Bobby Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
And
that ghost.
Yeah, that ghost helps. At which point, Books was able to sort of consult the bones, to use the literal in-game terminology. Was able to use his connection to the arcane to, to learn the path out. In a way that to him seemed like he was just stumbling across a convenient map in his own records, but to the other two of you was obviously inherently supernatural in its effect. I think his eyes started glowing or something. Who cares?
Yeah, they did, yes.
Yes. He was able to lead you to the back door, where you made your escape. Not observed by the police or the firefighters or any government officials, but watched closely by two women who were just waiting for you and silently watching you leave. Does that seem pretty accurate as to what happened?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you got it.
Cool. That was our first mission of the game, and we have ended that mission. As a result of that, y'all have gained a little bit of heat among the humans and abyssals of the city. And you have also entered into your first round of downtime. And downtime is a sort of specific thing in, Blades in the Dark originally, and this Blades in the Dark based game, to cover kind of the things that you do in the next, could be hours, could be days, could be weeks, as you are sort of hanging out on your own, not necessarily interacting with the other folks, lying low, taking care of yourself, etc., etc. Downtime is your kind of abstract representation of what happens to you in the stretch of time after a mission. So why don't we jump to the big list of things that happen on downtime? Because downtime is it's much more strictly mechanical than than your time on a mission. There is a list of things that you can do. Everyone gets 2 downtime actions, and in fact, because of your base's upgrade, your city asset, you actually get 2 additional downtime actions to divvy up between the 3 of you however you see fit.
Oh, okay.
So,
where are the downtime actions listed?
if you go to the quick reference...
Indulgence?
Yeah, it's one of the options on the left on the quick reference.
Yeah.
There you go.
I see.
Yes,
I got it.
Between money and missions.
Right.
You have no money, unfortunately. So things that you can do during downtime are you can work to acquire an asset, as in get a useful thing that you might use on a future mission. You can start a long-term project to accomplish some goal of yours. You can indulge in your abyssal nature, which is a semi-dangerous thing you can do to reduce your stress. Your stress doesn't go down on its own. So those of you who have taken stress, if you don't indulge your nature, it's just going to build and build and build until you get overstressed, and that takes you out, and that is unideal. You can recover from harm if you have taken a harm or trauma condition. I don't think any of you did on that past mission.
No.
With the sole exception being Paul Mall, who has a permanent trauma that cannot be healed, because such is the nature of the miasmic. He is 100% of the time stinky. Stinking.
How many stress before you go abyssal?
Well, that depends. Everybody goes abyssal in a different way.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I remember now.
Getting overstressed won't getting overstressed won't take you straight to being abyssal, and by the way, 9 is your maximum stress. For you, it's taking a trauma. Taking a trauma is what brings that risk about. Because when you are taking a trauma, you are at your physical weakest, and Bobby Blue Eyes always knows when the opening is ready for him. That guy, you just can't trust this guy.
He's the ghost you love to hate.
Hey, it's me, Bobby Blue Eyes. Why you gotta do me like that? Other things that you can do during your downtime. You can create connections, which is to say, consult your Rolodex and find an NPC. And we figure out how much they like you. You can make money. Money is, in this game, something that we treat in a very abstract way because we're lazy, and it's much easier if it's just a binary. You either have money, as in you've got cash to spare, or you don't.
Oh, okay.
How much cash that means depends on, the setting you're in, obviously, your own, level of comfort, what you are expected to have upon your socioeconomic status. You just have some to spend or you don't. You can train, which is to just add XP to anything that you want to add XP to. You can reduce heat. You don't have a lot of heat yet, but you don't want it to go too high. Or you can work on an arcane work. Actually, I'm not sure you have the capacity to do that because you need a special facility either at your base of operations or with a special ability or a faction benefit. Or you can secure a faction benefit, which is to say you can gain a favor from the specters of Vegas, the miasma, or the oracles.
Okay. Well, I think I
What
want
do I want to do?
We each get to do one.
You each get to do 2, and you actually have 2 extras to kind of float around.
I think we need us some money. So
Yeah, I was gonna say make money.
I'll try to make some money.
Okay, cool.
I'm bold.
What is it that you do to make money, John?
I get a part-time job at a small off-the-strip casino, and it's low paying, but you know me, I find the angles, and I supplement my income by taking a chip here, a chip there, a little wad of cash here, a few bottles of booze home, and all the towels from the hotel.
Okay, you get to roll for this, my friend.
Hey.
Between the two of us, what action do we think is the most appropriate for your skimming off the top?
Probably, creep would be good.
Creep makes sense. I would also, and I know this is one of your better actions, I could see an argument for mingle. Since mingle is kind of your ability to be inconspicuous in a crowd.
Oh, okay, I like it. I will mingle.
Okay, go ahead and roll 2d6, and you will take, since your mingle is 2, you roll that number of dice, and we will take whatever the highest one is your result.
And we want high, right?
You want high. You want a 6.
Come on. I'll take a 5.
You will take a 5. In this case, you get money. Congratulations. There's a little checkbox on your character sheet under money.
Okay.
Go ahead and check that.
Go ahead and check that. I got money.
Money is nice because, well, I mean, money's nice, right? It's possible that in some situations on a mission I might say, you're not going to be able to pass this unless you bribe this guy. It is also possible for me to say, yeah, this club is super fancy, so they'll let in any one of you that has money. You don't have to spend it, but you do have to have it. Can
I have so much money I give money to my friends or no?
You actually only get the 1 box of money that you have or not. If you get money while you already have money, that goes into your base's petty cash, which is 1 extra box that anyone who doesn't have money, they can take from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The other thing you can do with money is, on downtime, you can spend money to take an additional action. What are you doing? You're hiring help. You're taking the day off work. You're doing something, so you get another action. Cool? You don't have to do that. You can hold on to your money if you want.
Can I use money to buy happiness and love in this game?
Weirdly,
In Las Vegas?
no.
Yeah, it's
Not in Las
1970s
Vegas.
America. Of course you can. Consume your way to happiness.
Books, you said you also wanted to make some money?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm cooking some books for a crooked racetrack.
Okay. What is the
Is it a crooked racetrack?
Yeah, it doesn't go in a circle. It kind of, there's a lot of sharp turns, and
Got it.
they've been meaning to fix it, but haven't
Yeah.
got it.
No, the racetrack itself is totally legit. It's just crooked.
It's
It's just
yeah.
weird. It looks like a Mario Kart
Quarter.
He just has to do their taxes. It's clean stuff.
Yeah, it's above board. It's
All
fine.
right, I buy that. I would allow you to put that under research since it's your kind of intense concentration on these books.
Uh-huh.
I say just giving letting everyone do their best skill because I'm a bad GM.
You're a great G.
The worst.
We
So
adore you.
you friend get to roll 3d6 and take the best.
6.
Oh,
6. Congratulations. You get money.
These books are cooked.
These books
So
are
is that-
cooked.
Is that my money or the group's money?
That is yours. It goes to you. So
I
it
just
is-
check the checkbox for money.
Just check the box, and now you have it.
All right.
It's that easy. What
Yeah,
are
well,
billionaires?
that works.
What are billionaires doing? Just check your box.
I wish I could check my box.
All right. What else do we want to do? We got plenty of downtime. If ever you don't know what to do, by the way, training is always a good idea. But
I have two things that I'm interested in doing.
what are you
So
interested in doing?
One is I want to gain a faction benefit.
Okay.
It would be dark gifts, and I have. So here's my idea is. So Paul's now seen some extremely messed up you know what happening,
Mm-hmm.
and it's left him shaken. He looks at the full strength filtered cigarettes he was smoking, and he realizes they're not going to do the trick. He tosses them down and buys a pack of unfiltered Camels
Oh,
from
man.
the corner store. So he without knowing it, he is, increasing his communion with the miasma.
Oh, that is so good. I love it. And I really want to picture the scene as Paul walks out of the corner store, lights up his first unfiltered, and the smoke, instead of starting to drift away, actually curls down and just sort of wraps itself around Paul like a little hug.
Strange. Yes. So that's one thing I want to do. The other thing that I'm interested in doing is go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to mention Dark Gifts is the faction benefit for the miasmic. When the miasma passes through, it often leaves useful things behind. On your next mission, you and your allies get +1 to your carrying capacity to represent simply finding useful things. So the miasma, this smoke dominating all the casinos of Vegas, is going to cause people to forget things that it thinks you are gonna want. Which is great. What's the other thing you wanted to
So
do?
you don't have to roll to get the faction benefit. You can say I just get one.
It depends on the faction benefit. Some of them will require a roll, but for that, no, it's just a good thing that happens.
So you could look on your character sheet in the faction benefits, and if you say I want to use my downtime to get one, I could check another one, or does it replace the one I currently have?
No. So the one that is checked is the one that you can use. You can choose to use that one or not. As you gain faction XP by doing stuff for or against your faction, that will unlock the further benefits.
Got it. Okay. So yeah.
So, what was the second thing you wanted to do, Tom?
So I basically want to steal a key from one of the pit bosses or something, so that we have additional access to the Regal Royale that I would not typically. So pickpocket, filch, wait for him to leave, and sneak. He has dexterous fingers, so.
All right. This is acquiring an asset, I think.
Yes.
So you're going to take the pit boss's key. This feels like it's probably creeping?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. Then creep for me, baby.
Creep. Ooh, that's not so good.
That is unideal. So this is an example of a fortune roll. And a fortune roll gives me a lot of power to sort of, I don't know, judge the result. A 1 through 3 usually means bad results, poor effect, generally bad. Since this is just a fortune roll for whether you acquire this asset or not, I think what I'm going to say is you do get something. Because, of course, you get something. But it's not as much access as you want. Like, I mean,
Guys, we can get into the broom closet. The one where the water heater is.
This key, I'm not sure it opens this door.
like, how about you get a key that can, like, give you access to anything that you might consider a delivery person being able to get to.
Okay.
But it won't get you into, like, the money room.
The money room.
You know,
right.
the money room.
You know where they keep the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen DuckTales. I know what it looks like.
congratulations. You have a key. You have used both of your actions. Lucky and Books, y'all have one action left each, and then there's 2 more kind of free-floating actions for y'all to figure out as you want.
I had a question. So our kind of group quest right now is to take down Carlucci, figure him out.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal project is to find out how Carlucci came to power. So if I use my downtime action to start or advance my project clock, is that going to interact or conflict with our group goal, or is that separate mechanically, maybe?
So mechanically, you have your one big project clock for your big project, your actual goal. Doing stuff during downtime isn't going to advance that kind of period, because you can only advance that if you go through missions. It is hard to advance, and so that's how we enforce that. So you can start a long-term project that gives you this information, but like the way it will always work out that this information isn't going to be the thing you need to advance your actual project.
My personal project. Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
All right. I'm kind of torn between training and making myself better, or acquiring an asset that will aid in our mission here. You got a key, Paul.
Yeah.
One thing that is worth noting, just so y'all know, it didn't come up in the last mission, but you can, during a mission, choose to do a flashback. To, like...
Okay, right.
And you would take a small stress cost for doing so, but this flashback could let you get the thing that you knew you were gonna need. So,
right.
Bear that in mind.
That's an interesting mechanic. All right. Well, what other asset do you think would help us? Oh, by the way, we did steal one of the books from the city hall, by the way.
Oh yeah, you stole this burned up book of blueprints, yes?
Yeah. So maybe that could maybe come in handy in case we need to do something. I just want to remember that. What about something? What about acquiring some sort of blackmail material on Carlo, like something that would get him in trouble with his, with whoever he's responsible to. Everyone's got a boss.
Isn't that also kind of towards Adam's goal?
Yeah, exactly. It's towards a lot of things, right? It's towards, maybe hitting him with it at a time when we maybe need to get him out in, make him public, get him out in public, or get him out of the office so that we can, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just find something good to have.
I am going to say that, like, this is definitely going to be a long-term project and not an asset you can acquire in one blow, because he's so darn secretive.
Fair. Totally fair. Okay, that's my long-term project, to blackmail Carlo in some way.
Okay. So I'm going to make a little project clock for this. I'm going to call it Carlo Blackmail. And honestly, I'm going to give it a bunch of segments. I'm giving this 8 segments.
8?
This guy is definitively super secretive.
Can I have more than one long-term project? I also want to make a ship in a bottle.
No, that's gonna have to be a big project. That's a personal project. That's too hard. You have to wait until you've dealt with Carlo.
Okay, deal. Okay, those are my two.
Those are your two. Hugh, you got one action left, one downtime action. Again, if you aren't sure what to do, training is always useful.
Yeah, I'll do training.
Okay, how do you train?
Let's see. So training.
Training,
Yeah,
you can add 1 XP to basically any of your XP tracks, whether that is like learning more about your weird abilities and advancing your special abilities, basic XP track, or literally doing physical training to improve one of your attributes.
That to my insight, prowess, or resolve.
Yeah, you can improve one of those, or give them 1 XP.
Okay, I will put 1 in my insight.
Cool.
And then when that gets to what, then I get to increase a skill?
When that maxes out at, I believe, 6. 6, yes.
Okay, I see. Okay.
And what is it you're doing to improve your insight? Like, what are you doing? What's your...
I'm at the library like all day.
Okay. Did you set any other books on fire?
I hope not.
Okay. There are 2 more kind of free-floating downtime actions, specifically because your base is just in the middle of Vegas, so everything's open all the time, always. So you find a little more time to get stuff done.
We get married at Elvis Chapel.
That's, I guess, acquire a spouse that's an asset.
Is it though?
So,
I'm just kidding.
So if we add an asset, is that one of the city assets, or is that like something
acquire
different?
an asset? That's probably worth changing the name of now that I think about it, if I use it elsewhere. No, it's just a thing, just a useful thing. Like Tom or Paul now has a key to the back rooms at the Regal Royale.
So how do we get the city assets?
That you have to get XP for. That's at the end of the mission. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what do you guys think about creating a connection?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
What's somebody that would be useful to know?
And can she be a sexy dame with red lipstick? Like Lara!
Like me!
Well, I mean, like, Brooks probably definitely has connections as an information broker. Maybe somebody that feeds you dirt.
Let's find somebody that works for Carlucci.
Is that going to be too much of a stretch?
I don't know.
I don't think that's too much of a stretch. I'm
Right.
willing to believe that.
Just the janitor or something.
Yeah, I like
Carlucci's brother or something.
Mm-hmm.
Brother-in-law.
I would buy Carlucci's brother-in-law. That'd be a challenging role. So the way creating a connection works is basically, if you can justify to me how you know this person, I will believe it. But then we will have to make a roll to determine how much they like you.
Lots.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably it wouldn't be.
I think as a casino employee, it could definitely be, it's whatever, right? It's the janitor. Okay, yeah. We take our smoke breaks in the same spot, right? We strike up, a conversation, a friendship, and just over time and cigarettes, we have, developed a friendship. Or what? Maybe no. We know each other. It's up to you, I guess, to say what kind of relationship that is.
Okay, so this is the janitor at the Royale, you said?
That, or I was thinking.
Who is also Carlos' brother-in-law. That's how much he cares about his brother-in-law.
He said he was like, "I'm gonna get you a job in the company," and it's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna need VP of slots." No,
janitor.
All right.
That's so
cool. Uniform.
I like this. I'm entirely willing to believe this, and I'm going to make for you a fortune roll, and we will use this to determine how much or if this guy actually likes you. Okay, just gonna roll a single d6 on this, since fortune rolls start with 1d6. If something is working really in your benefit, you get extra dice. If something's working really against you, you get fewer. This doesn't seem like a super stretch, but also I don't feel that it justifies any more than that. So
Oh,
this guy loves you.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah, come on.
So go ahead and under your connections, next to your faction benefits, Miasmic, what is the name of this guy? What's the name of this chump?
This is
Larry.
Larry Salvia.
Larry Salvia. Sure.
Salvini. Larry Salvini.
Larry Salvini.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah.
And
Wait a minute. This is his brother-in-law. Got to be.
Yeah, he married his sister.
Yeah, Larry Salvini.
And Larry Salvini has a positive disposition. He, in fact, he likes you. So that
Nice.
disposition is 1. He doesn't. No, it's not a 2. It's not a 2. It's not there yet. But he
Well, not
does
best, but
like you. And there's one more downtime action that any old buddy can use.
someone can take a training, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll take a training.
Go for it.
I
What are you
just-
doing to train?
Oh.
And what are you training?
Oh yeah, I guess.
And what song is playing during your montage?
Yeah. Probably the one from the Transformers movie.
Okay.
Touch.
Gotcha. Dun, dun, dun.
Now what's it called? Dare to be that Weird Al, Dare to be Stupid? That's not the one.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to get another point in my prowess because I feel like I'm going to be using prowess a lot.
All right, so you gain an XP in prowess, and what are you doing to work your prowess, friend?
I wanna get better at I want to get better at grappling. I want to be able to thump somebody if I need to.
Okay. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Are you spending like your spare time shadowboxing Bobby Blue Eyes?
Oh my gosh! Yes,
Two
yes,
of you
yes.
are doing little spars.
Hey, how's it going? You know, Bobby Blue Eyes would always come up to me. He always does that. You know, I think he was a boxer back in the day too.
Okay.
He was cool.
He's always like, "Come on, hey, put up your dukes, buddy. Put up your dukes." You know, hey, oh, you know, he greets me like that. The little uppercuts, you know, friendly uppercut. So, you know, it's something we kind of got into. Boring, you know, after seeing Books' eyes light up a bright blue, and Paul doesn't really want to talk to me right now because I figured our downtime was probably like a month or so. Paul's probably like, what did you lead me into with that crazy mission and your buddy with bright eyes and everything? So I'm a little lonely, you know, working my job at the casino, coming home. And I've been talking to Bobby a lot. Yeah, we've been doing some shadow boxing, you know. Yeah, he's training me. He's teaching me how to get my left hook, how to make that an effective. I don't know. I don't box, but I'm learning. And my grapple, I want my grapple to go up.
Okay. Well, I love it. Everything about that is great. You gain 1 XP under prowess.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And that's your downtime unless someone wants to spend money for extra actions, which you can, or you can just have money.
No way.
Cool. Spending money.
Under prowess and the XP, I changed that from a 0 to a 1. Now,
Yes.
I don't put a 1 in grapple yet, though, because I have to get that to a certain level before I could add a point.
Right. So when your XP maxes out, when it hits 6, that's when you will be able to add to grapple.
Got it.
So ways you can get XP for there include training and also taking desperate actions in on a mission. Desperate grapples will make you better at all grappling.
I've been told desperate actions are my special.
Excellent. So congratulations, that was your first downtime.
Yay!
Hey!
Yeah.
And now the cycle of play kind of brings us back again to free play, where y'all just can do whatever the heck you want as we figure out what the next big mission you want is. So, why don't we think of the situation, like the circumstances under which next ye three will meet again?
Well, I kind of feel like at some point we do need to move to the casino itself. Like, okay, we have a connection now at the casino. We have a key with limited access, so maybe it's time to start snooping around there.
Okay. So maybe we have like a weekly poker game in the basement of the pawn shop.
Yeah, I think that's everyone that works in Vegas is mandated to attend one poker night at least.
Yes, yeah, you got to.
Do you have other people come to poker night, or is it just the three of you?
Yeah, why not other people?
Okay.
Not many, maybe. I don't know.
Larry Salvini comes.
I could see it as like it's an industry thing, so there's maybe another dealer there, other workers, that kind of stuff.
I love it. Yeah, Larry is definitely there.
Yeah, Larry comes. He's no good either.
Oh God, Larry. So Larry is ruined. Larry has just lost his entire paycheck, which is pretty okay since he does live in the Royale on his brother-in-law's dime, but he still feels bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's never going to be destitute, but he's also never going to be rich.
Oh, just never gonna make anything of himself. How's poker night go for you?
Well, are we using poker night to like pump Larry for information a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
And if so, like, okay, so were you able to retrieve anything out of the book that you pulled out that kind of maybe gives us a, hey, we might need to look at a clue basically? Like, is there something specific we might want to follow up on or kind of press Larry about that we think is going to get us a little closer?
Also, books, at any point, you could make the GM tell you whatever you want him to do.
I know, but that makes
Abyssal or a chance at it.
Yeah.
Let's just make a real quick fortune roll to answer that question of whether there was any other useful information to be found in the book.
Okay.
Again, I'm just going to do a quick ol'... Ooh, I was burned, but it is potent. Whatever. 1d6 and a 4. So, yeah, there is stuff to be found. What did you learn from this book? What you learned from this book is that the page that pertained to the Royale was burned with a kind of surprising precision. When that book caught on fire, you slammed it closed and threw it off the table. You'd think that other pages would have been scorched, and they weren't. In fact, it's just like 3 or 4 pages within it have been burned utterly to ash, and the remainder is perfectly fine and perfectly mundane and contains nothing that you would not expect to have found in a book of blueprints of large buildings in Las Vegas.
Now, those 4 pages that burnt, would those be pages that pertain to the Regal Royale?
Yes, they would.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Regal Royale has been surgically removed by fire from this book.
Why would abyssal creatures want to stop us from taking down Carlo?
Well, this tells us that Carlo has some sort of extremely unusual protection. Like tripwires. Like, this is not just car bombs. This is extremely weird stuff.
Oh, good God. Okay, something to consider. Who are the abyssal... what's an abyssal faction called?
A faction.
Faction?
Faction. Who's the faction that runs Las Vegas casinos? Isn't it like the elves?
Phase?
The Phase.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So the Fae have a casino, the Gossamer Casino. It is like the fastest growing one in Vegas.
Okay, so it's not like they run all of Vegas.
No, they're not the mob. Like, Vegas is owned basically by two entities. One is the mob, and the other is the Hughes Tool Company, formerly owned by Howard Hughes. These are the two organizations that own everything. Neither of them are monsters.
I'm just putting this out here. I don't know if this is true. There seems to be some sort of faction that has some stake in the people around who don't want us nosing around. Something to consider.
I feel like this is a conversation y'all wouldn't be having at a poker table with other people there.
We're at the poker table.
So like maybe
back. This is something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking this was right. A little backstory.
All right.
But well, all right. So I think the angle is maybe just kind of trying to poke Larry about whether he's even just ever seen anything weird, because we saw something weird. We don't know what it is, but it's strange.
All right.
So
I like that.
So Larry's having a rough night, lost his money, and I'm reminding him, hey, man, it's all right. At least you got that job. You're never gonna be broke, even if your brother-in-law is never gonna love you. But man, you sure spent a lot of time up there. I bet you've seen some kind of crazy, kinky stuff, right?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Mall. Is that what he sounds like?
I don't know, Mr.
Yes.
Mall.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a down and out male Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Mall.
Mr. Mall. I mean, I do see a lot of stuff, but I can't talk about any of that stuff. What happens upstairs?
Larry, look around the table. You're among friends here.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah. Hey, have another. All right. Somebody's also pouring Larry some other cheap scotch too. Come on, you're among friends.
Books are at this poker game, or are we not? Or is this something that only?
No, this is at the poker game with all of us, and we're playing, and he's losing, and I'm trying to, ply him for information, and hopefully you guys are kind of helping along.
Got it. Yeah, I bet there's some crazy stuff what goes on.
Jeez.
Come on, you don't get that close. You don't get that close to Carlos without seeing some stuff, right?
Yeah, and plus you're the janitor. You go into rooms, you go and clean up. You must find the craziest messes in those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Booze, fluids, fur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do see some real weird stuff on those rooms.
Yeah, like what?
Oh, no, I shouldn't talk about it. You'd just be bored.
Come on. Hey, another scotch?
Absolutely. And then, 6 scotches later, he'll be ready to talk. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, one time, I went into Carlo's special penthouse room. I'm not even really supposed to go in there, but... Oh, God. I know what he's getting up to, but there was candles everywhere, and he'd drawn a big, I don't know, I think it was like a sex pentagram on the ground. It was some kinky stuff, and I don't like thinking about my sister being involved with that kind of thing.
Ooh, man, that does sound like he's up to some crazy.
I love Sex Pentagram's third album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I bet. Were there any interesting texts scattered about?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of books, but I don't believe in that Camel Suitries, so I didn't dare open them up.
Camel Suitries?
Yeah, you'll just throw your back out. It's not worth it.
Yeah, not for me. So I just cleaned up the place, and then I wandered out the door. And off on another adventure. And anyway, I think I gotta go do a puke. I'm gonna go, and he passes out.
Happens to the best of us.
And then he definitely does do a puke.
Yeah.
What a whale.
Oh,
I roll him over onto his side.
yeah.
That's gonna keep his airway flowing free. That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
And
check
that
his
man's
pocket.
name was Jimi Hendrix.
And that Larry Salvini was Jimi Hendrix.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Hi, I'm Jimi Hendrix. I'm gonna do a guitar for you.
That's a good idea. Who said check your pockets?
That's a great Hendrix impression.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check his pockets. You never know. Maybe he's got something good in there.
All right.
He definitely doesn't have anything good in there.
Tommy.
Like you.
Are there people around this poker table? Paul said there's lots of different people. Or is it just us three and Larry?
I just thought it was us three plus him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a little small poker night.
That's fair.
So
All right.
he he said he went into
Right.
Carlo's penthouse suite.
Secret.
You know, and
Yeah.
keys or something.
Well, he said it was a secret room that he's not even supposed to know about.
Oh, dang.
There was a sex pentagram.
It was his
Yeah.
That was my big takeaway.
Books is like searching the library for that term.
Sex pentagram.
Sex pentagram. I need to know more.
I gotta know more about this.
Sounds like Toast of London.
Sex pentagram.
Rum.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Lara, we don't necessarily know where the secret room is, but it's somewhere in the penthouse area.
That's what you know from having made this contact. I
Okay.
I feel it's unlikely you're gonna get much better out of him, even when he sobers up.
Right. No, it's good though, because I mean, this tells us that it's all linking together, right? The pages of burning. Sounds like Carlo's into some abyssal kind of shit. So
like, I wouldn't know, but should we try to determine if there's some significance to, like, the symbols and the can't, like, do we just assume that it's weird, or should we be trying to figure out what specifically that means he's communing with,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's part of one of the factions.
I mean, I would say
right.
Like Paul, you explicitly, you don't necessarily believe that you are supernatural,
Right.
and none of you really had a lot of great connection to supernatural, to these abyssal factions.
No.
The major exception being Lucky, you definitely do see ghosts. Not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
So I would say that you could maybe try and get some more by talking to Bobby and seeing what he knows, but I don't think he is particularly well informed himself.
Well, the thing is that I do have Ghostly Grapevine. So that is a faction benefit I can use? Or no?
That is a faction benefit. That's the one you picked.
Yeah. So that means the dead are reliably reliably informed about anyone who died in the city. They will be able to secure you a brief conversation with the recently deceased. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I could be using that.
I mean, that is something that you would take as a downtime action.
Oh, that's a downtime action.
That's a downtime thing.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. I mean, since we haven't started a new mission officially yet, I'd be willing to say, okay, well, let's rewind and do a little more downtime if you wanted to spend your money, get your additional action, and do that.
No,
But
no,
also, I can't think of anyone important who died recently.
exactly. Okay.
So,
All right. So I think we maybe just want to, I mean, like, the most obvious clue we have is there's a weird room that we maybe want to try to get access to.
Mm-hmm.
you could absolutely make that your next mission. Find the weird room at the Royale. that seems perfectly reasonable to me if that's what you wanted to do. Just to suggest other things that are like occurring to me to try out. You could do a whole research expedition again, if you really wanted to. You could like try and track down what happened with this book using like more outre sources that could be its own adventure. You could try and understand what happened to Hugh's eyes when they started glowing, which could be its own kind of adventure.
For sure. Yeah, all those things.
Like, have y'all even really had a conversation about that yet?
I want to have a conversation about with everyone and talk about crazy supernatural crap going on. And
Is Books aware that his eyes were glowing?
we told you.
We told you, yeah.
It's a trick of the light. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Okay, so right. So we've seen that. We've seen the fire. We've seen doors trapping us. Now we've heard about Carlos doing weird, like occult sounding stuff. So there's obviously a lot of unexplained, especially for somebody that's not really aware of the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
This is extremely disconcerting.
so
And go ahead.
no, I would imagine that you and I, being acquaintances, budding friendship, not really a friendship of convenience. We're trying to help each other out. And then you have dirt on me as well that often friendship along. But I brought you over to Mexico. We went on to this thing on this expedition. Books' eyes started glowing, and fire started, and we started being hunted by some malice. Basically, was scaring us at town hall. We don't really know what it was. Really,
Yeah.
it was like some weird, silent, hilly situation happening.
When I remember my reaction last episode being like, basically, what the hell is going on here? There is something I don't understand at work here.
Yeah,
and
so,
I think it's kind of terrifying.
I'm hesitant to tell these guys about my situation. However, I feel like you guys might have noticed. Like, I don't know if I did it well enough because I used.
Well, yeah, we talked about that too. There was some stuff that happened where it seemed like it would have been kind of obvious that something weird was going on. So now there's something weird about you. Something weird about Adam. Mm-hmm. I'm actually the only person that hasn't really had anything happen. And there's a story about Carlos with like weird pentagrams. So
right.
Sex pentagrams.
Yeah.
Pentagrams.
Other people around, I can't say that.
I don't know.
So I think the concept of like find out what is going on or what it seems to be related to is good, like leading us basically deeper into the notion of supernatural existing.
All right, well, I'm going to have this conversation with Books right now. Books, your eyes were glowing. You picked the light. But also, you were reading on pages that weren't actually there. You were like seeing things and getting all this knowledge on books, on pages with text that just was the most mundane. It was not what you were saying you were seeing.
What the hell are you talking about?
And you, Lucky, there was some weird stuff going on with you too. I don't know what your game is, but you're acting kind of strange.
Well, whose side are you on? We're trying to intervention Books right now.
I'm on my own side. No one trust either.
You gonna bring up my crap right now? I'm trying to divert away from me, so it's like we both saw what happened with Books. Paul thinks he saw something with me.
What are you saying? My eyes were glowing? What does that even mean?
So you know what a Super Saiyan is? It was kind of like that, but
I don't believe the Super Saiyan was invented in 1971.
Sorry. You're right, it was 73. I apologize.
You watched Japan?
Yeah, no, I am with you on this, John. Is that we both saw this.
Yes,
this is real.
Okay, slow down and tell me what you saw. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
It was like a blue white hot glow coming out of your eyes as you touched the book, and then all of a sudden you guided us out perfectly.
Also, you did see the book catch on fire, right? That's not something that ever happens to anyone ever.
Books are made of paper. Paper catches on fire.
How many? I mean, this place we're in right now is wall-to-wall books. Have any of them ever caught on fire?
No, because I'm careful.
Hall.
I don't smoke in front of my books.
Listen, I happen to know that there's some things in this town which aren't normal. You know, there's
You tell him, boss.
Yeah, I've seen all those people dressed up in costumes in front of the Bellagio.
Yeah, there's a guy eating a shoe downtown.
There's a guy with a sign that says "Kick me in the you know whats." I mean,
no, fellas. I'm talking about something that goes way beyond the crazy antics of Sin City.
Eating
Fremont Street.
I'm talking about sex pentagrams.
Whoa.
Okay.
You have my attention.
Now you have my attention.
Okay, so let's try an experiment right now.
Okay, I'm not sure where this is going, but all right.
A sex pentagram. Look,
just draw it on the ground and do whatever you feel like.
Think of something that you really, 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 really want and need to know about.
Well, sex pentagrams now.
Fine, sex pentagrams. That's what you want to spend your Abyssal points, and you want to get more Abyssal to research sex pentagrams in this experiment. Be my guest. But it would help if it was something that would further our quest with.
Well, look, there's a dirty bookstore down the street. We could go in there, say, "What do you got about sex pentagrams?" You know.
You know what? Okay, let's go do that.
It's called detective work.
I guarantee you they will have nothing, and that would be a waste of time.
No, it doesn't matter whether they actually have something on sex pentagrams. If I take books into that porn shop and ask about sex pentagrams, he will find something out about those pentagrams because he's who he is. This is what I'm getting at. Like,
okay.
I saw that books has this gift, glowing eyes. I'm sorry, if it was just me in real life, John, and I was hanging out with Adam and I saw glowing eyes and he all of a sudden knew things about things that weren't on whatever he was reading, I would get the drift that he's...
Like 1500 loop music?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I can read loop music now. It'd be like something going on and you have some gift. So I want to test out my hunch.
If you are up for that, Adam, like, I'm not going to make you do a roll or gain a weird. I will just grant you a minor vision, since this is not really a mission yet.
Okay.
Okay. So you head on down to the dirty bookstore.
Yep.
I pretend like I've never been here.
Oh,
Hey, Paul, how's it going?
Your boots clean. Your boot number 5 clean and ready for you, Paul.
There's a sign and a picture that says "Customer of the Year."
Hey, Lara, how's your Abyssal live stream going? Oh, fantastic. Episode 1, they went to City Hall. Episode 2, they went to the Pornography Emporium.
Vegas. That's what it's all about.
It's Vegas. This is actually perfect. Alcohol's porn.
So here's how it goes down. So enlightened in this, the way this works in general is you ask a question, I tell you the kind of divination that will give you the answer. So what is the question you're actually asking about pentagrams? Like, what are they, or what did Larry see, or what's your question?
Mine?
Hughes, Bookses.
Oh, I guess just like, is that like a ritual thing? What can you do with a sex pentagram? Is that the source of his crime power?
His sexual powers?
Where can I find one?
Wait a minute, is he Sting?
Yeah, is he Sting? Can you order a sex pentagram?
Okay. So, books.
You're gonna have to pay for that first, though. I ain't ordering it without a down deposit.
Wait a minute. This magazine says sex pentagram on the cover, and it says like all women part 5 or something. He's like, whoa, it has all these articles about sex pentagram.
And it's just like Nude Women Volume 1.
Yeah, nude women. Gigantic booties, Volume 3.
No, I know exactly how it works. Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
There you go.
As you were like walking through the door and looking upon the shelves, your eyes start to glow. I'm gonna say like I don't think the people working there at this particular climate with regards to human sexuality, I don't think they look one another in the eyes very often. So nobody notices this except for your companions. And as you walk in there, you realize, oh yeah, the exact thing that I need to find out is going to be in the little, you know those little peepee booths where you put in a quarter and you look through the dude?
No, I don't know about them. No.
Kind of the,
Yeah.
I know all about
the little peep show Nickelodeon. You realize, yeah, that's exactly what you need. So you walk over there, you pop in your quarter.
Boys, take a walk. I'm gonna do some research.
It's time for research.
You look in, and what you see is the cover of a dime store novel with like a very cheesecake rendition of a very beautiful, hardly dressed woman in front of a kind of a ritual pentagram circle. And then it pulls out ever so slightly, and you can see the title is like The Erotic Magic of Mesmerelda.
Ooh.
This is extremely Adam's shit, just in general. Like,
I have a copy of that one. Like,
And then this
yeah,
In better condition.
the scene pulls out a little bit further, and you see that this is in fact the thing that Larry is reading as he like is leaning on his broom near the penthouse, and then Carlos like wanders by, and again in this video that you're watching on the Peep Show booth, he quickly shuts the book and he kind of shoves it in an inner pocket of his little jumpsuit, and he gets to
What?
brushing,
That liar.
and then we kind of pull out, and there's a sense of time passing as if the little video loop in there is doing a montage, and we then see him wander into the penthouse and like make a turn through a bookshelf, through what appears to be a hidden door to a back room where there is on the ground a big, giant, much more complicated kind of runic inscription that is not just painted on the ground, like in this room he is in, and you can't really see it because the resolution is not very good on Peep Show booths.
Peep Show.
What you can see is like this runic circle has been inscribed in the floor with tile. Like this is how the room has been tiled. And some candles have been set up around the room, and Larry like looks around very confused and runs out back into the front of this penthouse. And when he turns around, there's no opening behind him. There's no door anymore. There's just kind of a flat bookshelf, and he looks quite confused, and he kind of picks up his broom and sort of sweeps his way off. And then, because this is the way these things work, then the film loops, and it is back to the close-up of what do I call her, Mesmerelda?
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm all for Mesmerelda.
Mesmerelda,
Mhm.
good.
And that is like the vision that you have been granted.
Wow, that was worth 25 cents. I'll tell you what. Not a lot of nudity, but a lot of good info.
So I shove him out of the way. I put in a quarter, and then I tell Paul to look in that same Nickelodeon immediately after.
I really don't protest.
No.
You see a very pretty woman dressed as a sailor doing like a little shaky shake.
Oh, hey, Lucy.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, this
Pretty wild, huh?
videotape knows your name. That's how often you have been here.
That's how I'll just say.
Yeah. This is my booth.
Who filmed it in his penthouse?
So it being your booth, you know for a fact that there's nothing about Mesmeralda and satanic rituals in that.
Correct. Unfortunately, but correct.
This is what I'm saying to you guys.
What are you talking about? I don't. They changed the reel. They change it after every one. It's like a jukebox. Come on.
I go up to the guy in the front.
That's a really specific jukebox.
Yeah, very specific jukebox. Do you guys have any of those booby reels with satanic pentagrams explanations on them?
The guy gives you a real cold look and then just jerks his thumb at the exit.
Yeah.
Out.
Exactly.
That's
I
fair.
don't protest. I leave.
That's fair. Yeah. In fact, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll see
Paul, what do you bring in my establishment?
you tomorrow. I'm sorry. We'll talk tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow, Mr. Mall.
All right. So, I have a quick aside with my ghost.
Yeah, boss. What's up?
So what do you know? Okay, so you've been seeing everything. You saw that. You know, like I have conversations with Bobby about this stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So could it be that we're not like the ghosts? We're not the only thing out there. Like, are there people that could see into the future, or just know everything all the time? Or is there any that? Do you know anything about that sort of thing?
You know, let's just make a fortune roll on this one, and we'll see what Bobby knows.
Okay, because I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here.
So fortune rolls. Start with one die, and then add an extra one if something is working to your advantage. And Bobby Blue Eyes has been dead since the 30s, the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's seen things.
He's a Prohibition era mobster ghost, so he's had plenty of time to see things. So that's 2d6 for you. Unless you can think of something else that is working particularly to your advantage.
I don't know. He could have conversations with lots of dead ghosts who may have seen things about oracles and things.
Okay, I'll give you 3d6. But only because
right.
I love you and I'm too nice to my players.
4 4s, a lot of 4s. Oh, yeah.
That's a 6.
You do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll take... So yeah, that is a success. He does, and I think just because of the nature of the game, this will have a positive effect. But it's not, obviously, it's not. He knows everything. He's hearing all of this secondhand. Well, let's figure out how Bobby actually talks. Well, boss, I can't say that I knows too much. You know, I ain't seen too much more interesting than a bunch of dead guys. Most of them what got croaked by the mob. But you hear things. You hear a lot of weird things about. You know, you meet a ghost who died out in the desert, got torn to pieces. Says it was the demon what did it. You hear things. I ain't never been there myself, but I hear the big Gossamer Casino. Ain't nobody haunting there, which is weird. It's just a big blank spot. I don't know what that's about. You hear things, and yeah. They say there's I don't know, a bunch of weirdos kind of creeping around Vegas, setting up little shrines in every dang casino. And I don't know what that's about, but you hear things. I hear things.
Casino shrines, weirdos. Yeah. So I am at this point convinced, like, just I'm a believer. Plus, I'm kind of, that's kind of my nature. I'm the kind of guy who believes in UFOs, and I'm that. I believe in the supernatural. I believe in ghosts. Obviously, even before I was haunted, I believed in ghosts.
I'm glad you believe in me, boss. I believe in you too.
So it's something I took to fine because I was like, yeah, I believe in ghosts. So yeah, I feel like there's something, like I know there's something going on with books. I still don't see the smoke thing, the miasma coming off of Paul, so I still don't see that. But books, I feel like I got his number. So I present my evidence to books by saying, see, exactly what I said was going to happen. We went to this place. You had something in mind that you want to know about, and you got information about it that no one else got.
Yeah, it's called research. Come on.
It's not called research. That's not how research works.
Yes,
I know that there ain't the same thing you got. You're special.
I'm good at it, but that doesn't mean whatever the hell you're talking about.
You're not good at. You put 25 cents into a nudie goggles and got what you needed. From that. That doesn't happen to anybody. Accept it.
Hey,
Okay,
boss,
so
if I could make a suggestion, you could kind of prove that I exist. Like,
No.
that might, open some doors here,
I'm doing everything I can to, not reveal my ghost buddy nature yet. I feel like that's something that's going to move me toward being Abyssal. It's the first step.
No, you can tell each other. That's not gonna ruin your lives.
I know, but it's just my nature. I like to keep things close to the vest. I like to keep aces in the holes if I need them.
So you're trying to out me, but not.
Yeah, because you have all your things. Feel free to try to out me. But
I don't know anything about you.
Exactly. Yours just so happens to be very obvious.
But
My
look,
ghost is hidden.
if I can show you how to do it, but you just go look at stuff. What the hell am I supposed to do?
I wanna try some things.
Yeah, what are you saying, partner? Help me out here.
All right. I pull a deck of cards from my pocket because I'm probably always carrying a deck of cards.
There's no time for that.
That is on the list. That is on the list. So is this one of my items?
I think that's free. I mean, again, we're not really on a mission, so I'm not gonna track these things.
I pull a deck of cards out.
Ghost.
I put it in my hand. I extend it out to books, and I say, "Name a card."
Queen of Twos.
Okay. Now see what's on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna see it.
First, I shake my head briefly, and then I say, "All right, draw off the top." No, I want him to touch it though.
Okay, I'll pull out the card.
What is it?
It's the Queen of Twos.
That's not a real card. You're just
Exactly.
There
it is.
And, we could keep doing this all night, but
you've got some kind of gag deck of cards, and you're telling me like I'm a wizard or whatever.
All right. I do this. I pick one off the top. I look at it. What is it?
Are you asking me?
Whatever. It's an ace of spades. I put it back down. I say, name a different card.
A Queen of Spades.
All right. Now, take the top.
Okay.
What is it?
It's the Queen of Spades.
Look, I love your magic trick, and if you want to follow that career path, I'll support you. But I don't know what this has to do with me.
I sigh and I in my pocket. And I take a giant drag off of an unfiltered cigarette.
All right. Well, I'm not going to go into episode 3 without all of us not knowing that that either no one's abyssal in nature. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
You know what? Because I'm about ready to leave this shop and just go look for these shrines because I'm frustrated with this point.
I think the sooner we embrace our abyssal, like the fact that we're abyssal, like the more effective we're going to be on anything we go, any mission we go on, or anything. Because we can.
I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm just saying the character would be like, fine, I give up. I'm moving on.
Exactly. So okay, fine. Okay, there's a reason that I suspect that there's some supernatural stuff going on. It's because the stuff that is going on with books, Paul, you see it.
I see it.
Okay, you see it. We're not crazy. And the reason I know about it is because I have some of that in me too. But it's different than what books can do.
I went to college.
All right. And yours is called Street Smarts.
Yeah, it's called Street Smarts.
Okay, what are you talking about? I know you, but not that well. So now I'm freaked out by this.
Okay, now I don't want you to freak out because I don't want you to feel like you're just in a group of freaks here or anything. And there very may well be that I myself am crazy. I don't know, but it seems very real to me. I see ghosts. One ghost in particular.
Okay.
Boss, you had your one chance to do an I See Dead People, and you didn't do it.
If I'd have done that, I would have been a brilliant filmmaker like M. Night Shyamalan, which I'm not.
Can we see Bobby?
No, there's no way, right?
You know, in general, there is no way. But like,
no,
oh,
but they can.
Bobby can manifest himself in small ways, right?
Right, exactly. So, okay, I have a ghost buddy, and I'm making this sound as stupid as possible, just to not, make it weird. I have a ghost buddy, and he does things for me in the town hall.
Where is this going?
Yeah, what's happening right now?
Hey, I've seen Ghostbusters and that one scene with Dan Aykroyd. I know about that stuff.
are you accusing me of doing some Mesmerelda stuff?
Never. Bobby, we're not like that. Our relationship isn't of that nature. In the town hall, do you notice how the door just opened up for you out of nowhere?
Yeah. Oh yeah, believe me, I did.
Okay, well that I couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. Bobby could do that. His name's Bobby Blue Eyes.
Okay. I laugh involuntarily.
Yeah, exactly, because it's stupid. I know it sounds stupid.
Hey!
So I say, Bobby, knock over that bottle in the corner, please.
And Bobby obligingly sort of shrugs, swaggers over, and thwops it down.
Look at that bottle in the corner.
All right, that definitely freaks me out and catches my attention.
Crash.
Yeah. I told Bobby to do that. So this is what I'm telling you. There are things that we can't explain. Books, you're the same. We're the same.
What?
Fuck you, books. You're the worst. Oh, what? Get out of here.
I don't know what you're saying to me. I don't know if I like it. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, books, just because you are fucking blessed with the vision, alright? I think that if you are staring at that corner where the bottle was, expecting to see an entity, you get this very brief, momentary vision of a 20s style mafiolio standing there, kind of going like, hey. It just flashes in your eyes for a second, and then it fades away.
Where the hell this guy? Who was that? Where the hell did that guy come from?
And your eyes
Now I know
definitely
what you're-
flash purple while that happens.
You did it again.
What the? I
You
gotta
did
take.
it again.
Guys, I saw him. You just did it right now.
I gotta take.
And I
it.
didn't see.
I don't know what
I
the hell's
still
happening.
haven't seen what you saw.
Oh, but you know what happens to you? You know what happens to you, Paul Mall? Because I know exactly how this is going to work, and it's going to be beautiful.
Oh,
Tell him.
this is that episode of the show where everyone.
Just have it up.
I'm gonna put a few words in your mouth if you don't mind. You take like a deep inhale of your cigarette as you lean a little bit closer to see if you can see, and as you exhale, the smoke billows out much more than you had actually inhaled, and just very briefly, it kind of floats over to where nothing is that you can see, but to where Bobby is, and the smoke, as it touches him, just sort of gets absorbed into his ghostly form. And for a moment, there is a kind of hollow in the world that is filled with smoke, shaped like a person. And you see it react and move its arms, and Lucky, you can hear Bobby saying, "Oh God, what's happening? Oh God, I haven't smelled anything for 50 years, and this is what I get?" And he starts retching, and then the smoke dissipates.
Wow, I look at the cigarette. I'm like, man, these things are good.
Should have switched to unfiltered years earlier.
Yeah, I know. But okay, I'm definitely freaked out by that. Although I don't necessarily like it's weird, but I think I almost don't want to believe that it means there's something weird about me. But I see it. Does anybody else see that happen, or just me?
I think everybody sees that.
Yeah,
like the smoke is obvious.
Uh-oh. All right. I just kind of look at you guys and don't say anything.
And at this point, I'm just like, oh God, like seriously, are we all freaks? What's going on here? Like, what is happening right now? Is there anybody that's not a monster?
Yeah, I look at the cigarette and back at you guys, and yeah, and then probably at the floor. All right.
And then I exclaim, "Your superpower is stinking? You stink?" I mean, I see
have been told it's powerful.
over there is like the clairvoyant. You stink, and I have a good laugh about it.
So how long, Lucky? How long you had this friend?
How long have I had? Do we establish how long I've had him?
I don't know if we have specifically done that. So, how long do you think you've had this guy hanging around?
I said it was like 42. He's definitely hung around since my late 20s.
So you know him real well at this point.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, not late 20s, because that would have changed the way I developed, and I definitely myself when he came to me already. So no, I've known him he's been with me for about 5 years.
Where does that stand in relation to when your wife left you for Carlo Carlucci?
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, did he appear to you in your darkest moments after the divorce?
Okay, so he's known me. I've had him for 4 years then, because it's coming up 4 years. Yeah, that's what happened. She left me. I was down and out. I was killing myself, basically, and that's when he attached himself to me. I'm not 100% sure. I have to do a flashback later when I think of it, of my origin story.
I fully support that. I love it.
All right, let's say 4 years.
All right. So you've known. All right. So I presume that's the entire length of the time. That's longer than we've known each other.
Oh yeah, no, we've known each other for like, I don't know, going on a few months only. Like we don't know each other that long.
All right. And now I ask Books, how long have you been finding information like this?
I got my master's in library science.
Somebody just hit him.
Let me ask you something, Books.
That is a noble discipline, and anyone in it should be praised.
Was college easy for you?
Oh yeah. I barely had to do anything.
Has school always been easy for you?
Sure, I don't understand. Yeah, but
all right, whatever.
Okay.
Easy for a lot of people.
Whatever. All right. So look.
So it's pretty safe to say that Books was born this way.
That's what I'm trying to figure. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah.
like Lady Gaga.
That's that's that.
And she has a Monsters album.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is basically about Lady Gaga. Got it.
So yeah, so I think now that we all have a hint of the weird nature of things, WYRD, that it makes sense to kind of, okay, now we know that means that Carlos is likely connected to something in that same vein, and we have some clues to follow up on: the shrines, the Gossamer, the secret room, and apparently Larry pocketed. Was it Larry that pocketed that book? Esmeralda. I mean, I want to get that copy of that too, but that's kind of on the list, So yeah, we could do any of those things. Could be our next mission.
Yeah. I think this is blown wide open. As long as we have kind of established that supernatural shit exists.
Mm-hmm.
We're all kind of a little bit on the supernatural side.
I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah. I still don't really know the nature.
I mean, is it peer reviewed? I don't know. I haven't seen it in the journals.
I want another set of eyes to take a look at this.
The P score just wasn't statistically significant. I think any of those would be a good next mission for us, and we also now know that Carlos is like supernatural adjacent and it can't be a recent. Well, it's probably not recent if he literally has a room that's decorated in this manner.
Well, they did say that there's a group of people going around making shrines in casinos.
Yeah, no, I for sure, that's probably the number one thing that I personally would want to check up on.
If whether or not he's the person doing it, or if he allowed these faction of whoever this is doing it to come in and do it, that's...
Mm-hmm. Have we ever been to the Gossamer? Would we have ever been in it?
I mean, how much, gambling do you do when you're not at work?
Well, or I'm wondering, do you go there because you're scoping whatever the competition, or you're
I've been there.
Yeah, you've probably been there for sure.
I've been there to try to scam it. I didn't do well there.
And you got nothing when you were at the Gossamer. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and why do I have a feeling that you don't just get to be a dealer at the Gossamer? There's something special about.
There's a lot of nepotism at the Gossamer.
Yeah, right. It would be considered hard to break into? Do you think, or do they just hire normal people?
You've never met a person who was hired at the Gossamer?
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. You've met people who have been there, but you've never, ever in your life met a person who has worked there.
Right.
In any capacity.
Yeah, that's weird. You've never been able to scam them. Yeah, that's strange. And Vegas is a small town.
Yeah, that's Vegas. Small town charm.
Little city in the desert, as they call it.
So it seems like you're kind of working up to a decision about what your next actual mission is going to be.
That's kind of what I was trying to see if we want to land on. Any of those pique anyone's interest?
Yeah, I'm all about it. I think
I think the shrines is the easiest thing.
Yeah, shrines. Let's go. Let's infiltrating the Gossamer would be interesting. At least visiting and seeing what's what.
Yes.
I feel like it has something to do with them. I don't know why, even though are Fae demonic in nature?
No, they're freaking fairies. They're
fairies,
they're
right?
Elves. Yeah, they're elves. They're fair folk.
Yeah.
There are literal demons in this city, but
not there. No.
But not at the Gossamer.
No, not the Gossamer. Okay.
Yeah, I do like the idea of things seem to center back on the Gossamer, and it's just weird. And we should go there. I don't know. That would be cool.
I mean, if anything, well, we don't know anything about the Fae or anything like that's.
Right.
Like, no, you definitely do not know that the Fae exist, or that. Really, all you know about the Gossamer is that Bobby Blue Eyes thinks it's weird.
And that
And like,
these
if you
are
were
other
to
weird
consult
things.
your book of blueprints, it's not in there.
Oh.
Oh, really?
And I've literally never met anybody that works the
You've never met
tables
anyone
there.
that's worked there. It's just a weird
Hey,
casino.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone that worked there either.
Books. What do you think? What do you want to do next time?
Okay, what are the options? Refresh my memory.
Go visit the mysterious Gossamer.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah. Or I was gonna like look for the weird shrines, but I think we might.
Yeah, but where do you start with weird shrines though? It's like
I mean any casino, even the Regal Royale, but I think going to the Gossamer is cooler and more mysterious.
Yeah, no, that is more interesting.
I mean, going to the
Okay.
Gossamer will definitely throw you hip deep into faction politics. So that's exciting.
Sounds great.
I also had an idea of you have a key that like delivery people can access. You know that like that gives you access to some back rooms. I would infiltrate. I would dress up like a delivery person, use that key, and nose around the back rooms of the Regal Royale and see what I could find.
That could also be
This is a good
useful.
one too.
I think that would be a good side quest, and you could you work there, so you used to work there, correct?
Yeah.
And I used to work there, so I kind of know a little bit of it and everything. But
Yeah.
anyway, like I dress up and like
But
see
yeah.
what I find.
But I think mission wise, so we're all in sync on like visit the Gossamer. Try to just figure out what is weird or different about the Gossamer.
All right,
All
yeah,
right. I'm into
doing that.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mission planned. Visit Gossamer. That's
Okay.
last week. Go to City Hall and do some research. This week, go to the resort casino and have a wonderful time.
I love it. We went from town hall, boring, to porn shop, a little more interesting,
Interesting.
to casino. We're moving. I mean, we're doing Vegas right.
You're doing Vegas right. This is going very well. 2 out of 3 of my players have engaged with the core premise that they are monsters, so that's cool.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me I'm a monster. You're a monster. Don't just because I'm smarter than you. Come on.
God, I would not be friends with books in real life.
No, nobody would. He's never had a friend. It explains so much. This is why no one's ever seen his eyes before. You were he has talked to you two more than any other single person he's ever met.
That's not true.
Oh,
Okay. Mission is explore the Gossamer. Do you have a plan beyond just, are you planning to walk in the front door and start poking around? Are you planning to do something more sneaky?
What do we know about the Gossamer? Like, what's publicly known about it?
Very little, really. It's a casino. It's called the Gossamer.
you can just walk into it.
You can
Yeah.
just walk in. It's open.
Right.
Mhm.
What does it look like, vaguely speaking?
Do we know it's weird also?
Well, we know. Yeah, it came up in the context of some strange stuff.
Yeah, Bobby Blue Eyes mentioned
we
that
don't
it's
know.
a thing that the ghosts of Vegas find weird because no one's ever died there, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no ghosts at the Gossamer. Right? Nobody knows why. Yeah, very little is known about it. You don't know who owns it. It's not owned by the mob. It's not owned by the Hughes Tool Company. It's not, I don't know, a publicly traded company. It's just a casino on the edge of town, and it seems perfectly normal. It looks perfectly normal. It's very flashy. It's all neon. It's not gimmicky. It's just a real normal, nice-looking casino.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I
I would
don't
imagine.
think that walking in the front door is necessarily a bad thing.
No.
I mean, we don't have a key to the back. Certainly, we could like sneak in somewhere, but like, I almost kind of want to see just what's inside.
You know, book. I want you to do your research on anything you can find about the Gossamer.
Now you're talking.
You know, fine. You're right. You're right. You're not. You're not a monster. You're not one of these freaks.
I love doing mundane, normal research.
You are a smart guy, and you use your resources well. See what you
Yeah,
can.
no, I'm smelling what you're cooking. So like, yeah, you know what? Go put your nose in some books. Do some research.
Hey, now this I can do.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you guys are finally not into this silly supernatural stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Boo, boring books.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I realized that Lucky's approach is the right one, and yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, because one of the great things about being the GM is I can determine what sort of divination is required to find this answer, I will say that as you are doing some initial research on the sort of publicly available documents about the Gossamer, you realize that, yeah, you can definitely learn more, but you do have to read this book inside the Gossamer.
Huh.
Reading books, that's what I do best.
Inside casinos, that's my specialty.
In a casino, on a
There's no
date.
better light on the eyes. You know, it's about 4,000 K color temperature, which is really
And then if you do that, it is going to be traditional. Consult the bones. You have to add one to your weird, roll your weird, and your result determines what kind of effort you will get. And I think we will say this, like, don't do it now. It would be a thing that happens once the mission has actually started. And now seems as good a time as any to mention, it's like 9:50. Do we want to start this now? And or do we want to like
a good place to. I think this is a good place to take a rest.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna get pretty intense in that Gossamer.
Yeah, exactly. Once we get into the Gossamer, I don't want to have to stop for a while.
Okay. Can I just do the engagement roll and we'll like have a scene of what in the Gossamer
Yeah.
looks like as you begin?
Sure.
Cool. So your plan is to just go through the front door. Books is going to be carrying a book, presumably, if he wants to like uncover this information. I get to make a roll that starts with 1 die. Add a die if you are doing something particularly bold or daring. Someday you will get that. Subtract a die if you are going up against a particularly high value target. I don't think you are. I mean, the Gossamer is powerful, but you're not going against it in any meaningful way.
Right.
So
No.
I'm just going to roll a d6. And that is a 6. Ah, beautiful. That means everything goes perfectly according to plan.
Nice.
We've rolled so well for the last 2 sessions.
I need to start being way meaner. So, yeah, like, our kind of fade out scene is the three of you walk into the Gossamer, and, like, you are immediately attended by a very well-dressed croupier who kind of silently directs you to the craps tables, and you set yourself up right in the center, and as you do, because all of you are not quite human anymore, all of you have been touched. You each sort of look around and you see the Gossamer in slightly different ways.
Oh shit! It's the Overlook Hotel.
Ah,
So as you know, let's cut to Books' kind of vision first.
Okay.
As you sort of look around for like the briefest flash of a moment, you see true sight. and where before you were in this very kind of lush, stately, very old school, very old Vegas. You know, back when Vegas was classy.
Classic.
And then just for a moment, it's gone. You're just standing in the desert. You actually kind of feel yourself sink a few inches into the sand. And then some of the people around you have faces that turn strange and kind of animalistic for, again, a fraction of a second before everything is zoop.
What?
That was a bad burrito.
Must have been.
As that is happening, we cut very quickly to Lucky's viewpoint, and it is glitzy, it is glamorous, it is all bright lights and neon.
I could get you this.
It's oh baby, and every slot is ringing out, ding ding ding. Everybody's winning every pull. It is loud and raucous, and then suddenly it's gone. It goes transparent. It goes translucent, and you can see around you like lots of the people standing, putting coins in a slot, and you see them briefly drop to the ground through the slot machine, and then you see the people who work for the Gossamer, and something inside them is wrong, and in a way that you never realized you have noticed before. You can see that these people don't have spirits the same way that living humans do. They don't have a ghost inside them the same as Bobby Blue Eyes. They contain something different. And then
That's not okay.
back to normal. And then we cut once again to Paul Mall's vision of the Gossamer, and ho mama hubba hubba.
Cigarette.
It is the seedy joint of your dreams.
Yes.
It is filthy and smoke filled, and boy, these croupiers are not wearing a whole heck of a lot.
What?
This is my kind of joint.
And you kind of you breathe it in, and it's awful because what you're breathing for possibly the first time in your life is just fresh desert air.
I start coughing immediately.
You cough and hack, and like as a big chunk of phlegm flies out of your throat, it splats through a wall and into nothingness, and everything seems hazy for a moment before it coalesces. And you're back at the craps table, and the croupier is handing you the dice, and it is obvious that she hasn't noticed that y'all have seen something is weird.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, 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 bum.
Something is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Adam, I think you might be right. Something might be weird.
You guys might be onto something.
You might be onto something. And now it could just kind of be that was weird and not normal. Not like, oh, it could have just been bad last night. Then maybe there could be some progress here.
I don't know what to say, but I that was weird.
That definitely wasn't supernatural.
There, and that is not okay. That is not normal.
And then we hard cut to black.
Perfect.
Monsters and Mobsters will continue next week, probably.
That's a cliffhanger, my friends.
That's a cliffhangerino.
Indeed.
Thank you all. Thank you all for playing. How'd that go?
Thank you for GMing those.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we should probably say our bye-byes. hey, if anyone watched this, thank you so much for watching. This is, once again, Abyssal, an RPG about humans, monsters, and the strange space in between. And if you come back next week, you will see an actual mission, which involves some more dice rolls, some more danger, some people getting hurt. Very badly. God, I hope they die.
That's what I'm here for.
Now with those 6s we're rolling, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Snake eye.
I gotta stop letting you just roll your best freaking ability. Nah, it was gonna be way harder next week. You're gonna make some hard decisions. I'm gonna love it.
Can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Oh God, I should have like planned a plug or something. Visit Abyssal_RPG at Twitter or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Do it.
If y'all have anything to plug your website or whatever. I don't care.
I've never been to a website and I don't have one. I'm not going to start now.
Try the game Lara and I made called Prohibitionists. It's a card game about taking down the mob.